Well, hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. As you can see, today I am not in my studio. I'm in my bedroom, and as you can see from this footage, I have all of my eyeshadow palettes laid out. I recently saw some YouTube videos from women who are doing a project to either buy nothing new in 2019 or doing a project pan where they're using a product till they get down to pan on it, or doing what they call a reverse rouge, which if you're familiar with Sephora's VIB, you know you have to spend $1,000 in a year to become a rouge member, and so by doing reverse rouge, you're going to use $1,000 worth of makeup. I'm not to the point yet where I'm doing any of those, but it did get me thinking about my little palette problem. And if I counted correctly, I have 39 palettes, which is more than anybody needs to own. So as I was thinking about it, I decided to get all my palettes out, and on first cut, I am either going to put it in one of two piles. The I love it pile, which I'll deal with later, and then the I'm not sure about it pile. And my plan for the ones that I'm not sure about is to use them each for 2 or 3 days, give them sort of one last chance. It'll be my one last chance pile. If I like them, great, they can join the other ones. If not, they need to find a new home. Let's get started. In no particular order. Tarte. The Tartelette palette. And I like this palette. They're mattes. It's a good neutral palette, so I'm going to put that in the keep pile. Tartelette Toasted. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually have used this palette quite a bit. Dangerously close to maybe even hitting pan on cashmere here. Clearly I like that palette. I do like oranges and warm colors. I'll put that in the keep. Tartelette in Bloom. All right, that's another one that I've gotten pretty good use out of. And yes, I can see hanging on to that one. A recent fave. Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I have been using it. That goes in the keep pile. ColourPop Fame. I got this because Risa said that this Stardom color was a really good dupe for a Charlotte Tilbury color. And while that may be true, this needs to go in the you got one more chance pile. Oh, Too Faced Gingerbread from this past Christmas. Had some colors in there that I really liked. And, you know, I really liked it in the winter time. Maybe I'll have to see if I can do some warmer weather looks out of it, but that's going to stay in the keep pile. Some easy ones. Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette, that's a keep. Mini Sunset, keep. Camel that I just picked up in the VIB sale, that's a keep. This is a palette from Sigma, and I'm pretty sure I got this like in a BoxyCharm or a FabFitFun. It came in some subscription box. I don't think I bought this. That's going in the you got one more chance pile. This is a palette that I made up of a bunch of Sydney Grace singles. And I've played with them a little bit, but not a lot. But they will go into my keep pile. And I'm starting to kind of formulate. I'm going to have to force myself to use some of these and not just keep them. Here we have Urban Decay, Born to Run. This is a well-loved palette. Keeping that one. Okay. Anastasia Beverly Hills, Norvina, Soft Glam, Modern Renaissance. I looked at Sultry. I couldn't pull the trigger on buying Sultry. This is Modern Renaissance, and yes, been using that. That'll go to keep. Soft Glam, also I used a goodly used it a good amount. Keep that. Norvina, not as much, and if I'm honest, that goes in the You Got One More Chance pile. All right, Violet Voss Minis. This is the Creme Brulee. Again, those warm colors that I love. I'll keep that. And Berry Burst, some of the pinks and reds that I like. I'll keep that. Lorac Pro Palette 4. I can't even remember how many Ultas I had to drive to like last fall when they had this palette on sale. I drove all over town to get this palette. And well, there's some pretty colors in here. I mean, Begonia, that's clearly the one I've gone into most. I think it goes in the You Got One More Chance pile. Oh. Marc Jacobs, this is Glambition. I just picked this up in the sale. And I really like this palette, so that's definitely staying. Protégé palette. And maybe I used Tact. I don't think the rest of the colors have even been touched. Again, I think this was a subscription box. That's going in the You Got One More Chance. Tarte, Clay Play Volume 2. And that's been used a little bit. I think I took that on a trip. And you know what? That's going in the You Got One More Chance pile. This Sugar Rush Tarte Eye and Cheek palette. I reviewed this and did a look not too long ago. Those are pretty colors. I'll put that in the keep pile. As long as we're on Tarte, let's just keep going on Tarte. Tarte eyeshadow palette. That's the only thing. It's just an eyeshadow palette. They don't give us a name. Again, yep, my colors. I'll keep that and put that in the, gee, I think I need to make myself use it pile. I said we were sticking with Tarte because there are so many. Of course, I just realized I did the 3 tartlets. I own a lot of Tarte. This is Leave Your Mark. And neutrals. But, you know, I haven't given it a lot of love, and that is going in the You Got One Last Shot pile. Here's another Tarte palette. Okay. Those are good colors. I'll hang on to those. Oh, Tarte Sizzle. Love the packaging on this, and yes, I love those colors. Oh, I feel I want to go put this on right now. So that I'm definitely keeping. And last but not least, from Tarte, Be Your Own Tartiest, which is an eye and cheek palette, neutrals. That's going in You Got One Last Chance pile. All right, Smashbox Cover Shot in the Soft Light palette. These are such soft colors. I don't even remember if they show up on me. Actually, you know what? I've got a girlfriend who's waiting who wanted this palette. I think I'm just going to give it to her. All right, excuse me, I'm going to pull the rest of the palettes over. Okay, a Viseart Mini that I've barely used. In fact, it doesn't look used. But I kind of remember trying to make those matte colors blend out and it not working very well. That's going in the You Got One More Chance. Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions. Okay. Yes, use that. Got a video on it. It's going in the Keep palette. Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. What I'm wearing today. Also have a video on it. Keeping that one. I like these mini palettes so much, I just picked up the Smoky palette. I haven't even used it yet. I picked that up in the Sephora sale. But I'm anxious to try it. And in all my palettes, I don't have any color like this silver color. So I'll keep that. Speaking of Sephora, the Sephora Pro New Nudes palette. Holy bajolies, look at all those colors. Honestly, a palette this big, I just get lost. I don't know where to start. So that's going in the You Got One More Chance pile. MAC Nordy Girl. All right, that's a well-used palette, mostly because we went to Italy for 2 weeks last summer, and this was the only eyeshadow palette I brought with me. I don't think I've reached for it since. I think I have to put it in the You Got One Last Chance pile. Huh. All right. Milani, the Earthy Elements palette. They're good colors. I just feel like it looks like a lot of the Tarte I already own. One Last Chance. Morphe. I think this came in a subscription box. And while those look like my colors, something tells me I already tried to give this to my daughter. Maybe I stole it back from her? I'll try giving it back to my daughter. Violet Voss Pro. It's the My Holy Grail eyeshadows. Yes, lots of my colors in here. And yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Sephora, the Sun Blend Filter. And these look like such pretty sort of watercolory, pale colors. I kind of remember there's no payout on these, so that goes in One Last Chance. And last, but maybe not least, is Pure Be Your Selfie. This was definitely also a subscription box, but I've used it. Those are colors I gravitate to, so they'll go in the Keep It pile. So I started off with 39 palettes. One's going back to my daughter, one's going to my girlfriend, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 are in my Last Chance pile. That's a total of 15. 39 minus 15 is 24. That means 24 palettes that I'm definitely keeping. I just got this sudden notion that, does that mean I don't have to buy a palette for another 24 years? Could I go 24 years without buying another palette? Probably not. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do, so the last You Got One More Chance palettes, like I said, I'm going to use them 2 or 3 days, give them one last chance. And my other palettes that I'm keeping for sure, I think I need to put myself on some kind of rotation. I don't know if it's going to be use a palette for a week and just every week switch off, or maybe give myself 2 or 3 palettes and I just use those for a month. I have to think about that, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know about my progress on all of these. My name is Kris. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this inspired you to maybe go through your palettes or your blushes or your lipsticks, whatever your weakness is, comment below. Let me know. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up to let me know. And please subscribe. I would love to have you join our little group here. I post every Monday and Thursday. Sometimes I post a bonus video, so if you hit that notification bell, you'll find out about those. Thanks so much and have a really fantastic day.